Just imagine, bro. Long day of school, your brain fried, and now you gotta guard high school Austin Rivers, and he's staring at you like Michael Myers staring at that white lady in Halloween. When it comes down to high school mixtapes, Austin Rivers had one of the coldest tapes to ever do it. As Max Prep's National Player of the Year and the #2 player in the entire country, only behind Anthony Davis, Austin Rivers wasn't just nice. He was different. He led Winter Park to back-to-back state championship and made the whole country tap in. This wasn't just a regular high school basketball player. This was a superstar in the making. In his final 3 years at Winter Park, Austin Rivers led the Wildcats to 81 wins, 3 straight Class 6A Final Fours, 2 state titles. He turned the program into a national attraction, averaging 28 points his senior year and dropping multiple 40-point performances. Austin Rivers was so unstoppable his senior year. This was probably the only man who can slow him down. He still would probably give him 28.
What they value in basketball, what kids think are cool. I'm gonna try to make this as sweet as possible because this really does bother me. I talk about this all the time. When I played in high school, you only got a mixtape if you were like a top tier guy. Back then, like you had to put in work, like consistent work, building.
Listen, Austin Rivers high school mixtape was tough. So before we even get deep into it, tell me in the comments, who do y'all think had the coldest high school mixtape of all time? I'm low-key thinking about turning this into a whole series. Drop a like and comment who I should break. You got so many people you can go with. You got Brandon Jennings, you got John Wall, you got Zion Williamson. It's definitely a lot. Austin definitely inspired me to make a high school Austin Rivers build 2K26 just to see if I can really create that energy in the builder. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I cooked up with this one. But y'all let me know down in the comment section. Here is my high school mixtape Austin Rivers build. And here's the logic behind it. I decided to go at the shooting guard position. I feel as though this build will work best at the shooting guard. Then I decided to go 6'3" on the height because I feel as though that stays true to the Austin Rivers. He was around 6'3" in high school. And then I went 178 on the weight. And that was honestly so I can get as much speed with the ball as I possibly can get. Then I decided to go with a 6'5" wingspan because I wanted as much shooting as I also could possibly get. For the finishing, I decided to go with the 88 driving layup. High school Austin Rivers lived in that mid-paint area, that hesitation, that quick burst, and the floater was automatic. With the 88 layup, you unlock float game gold, layup mix master on silver, so you get that same crafty touch he showed in his mixtape. Then I went with the 89 driving dunk. Yeah, this build does get contact dunks, and Austin Rivers' explosiveness in high school was super underrated. People remember the step backs, the handle, but he used to get on that rim for real. With the 89 driving dunk, you're unlocking posterizer on silver, giving you that sneaky bounce. He wasn't just crafty, he was violent at the rim when he wanted to be. For the shooting, I went with the 85 on the mid-range and a 94 3-ball. That combo basically gives you every goal shooting badge you will want as a guard. And if you really want to take it to the Austin Rivers level, where every pull-up, every hezzy pull-up was automatic, I'll throw 2 cap breakers into shooting to push those key badges to Hall of Fame. This setup gives you that smooth pull-up, that deep range, and the confidence he played with in high school. Passing wasn't a huge part of his mixtape, so I went with a 63 pass accuracy, which gives us bronze dimer. But with 5 cap breakers, you can push it to an 80, letting you set your teammates without slowing your rhythm. I focused on ball control, which was a big part of his game. He was known for his quick handles and ability to create space. I went with the 88 ball handle, and with 5 cap breakers, you're able to push it to a 93. And then I maxed out my speed with ball to a 91. Well, I didn't max it out, but I got it to a 91. That unlocks Hall of Fame lightning launch. And you can even take it a step further with your max plus ones to push it to leg. This setup gives you elite dribble control, keeps your quickness intact, and lets you dominate both scoring and playmaking in transition. On the defense, I went with a 74 perimeter defense, 60 on the steal, and also 60 block. Not elite, but solid enough to hold your own. And stay tuned because I'm about to show y'all a cap breaker method that can turn this build into a demigod. For the physicals, I set up to go with a 91 speed, an 80 agility, a 49 strength, and a 79 vertical, giving you the speed to keep up with guards, the explosiveness for the contact dunks. This setup perfectly balances Rivers' quickness with finishing ability. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you make any changes or run it just like that? I want to hear y'all opinions on what y'all would do differently, or if you rocking with it, if you not. And here is what it came out to. It came out to an inside out slasher, shades of Bradley Bill, Michael Redd, and Ray Allen. Some of these strengths: I'm a cold shooter, deadly from deep, I thrive in transition, turning fast break breaks into easy buckets. Every play's a poster waiting to happen, and I accelerate instantly with the ball. I ain't gonna cap, bro. That highlights Austin Rivers in high school's game to a T. Now, let's get into that cap breaker method. So with the 74 perimeter defense, the 60 steal, 60 block, this build isn't elite on the defensive end, but it can hold up on the defensive end. The cap breaker method that I showed earlier, so if you take 5 cap breakers, you can go from a 74 perimeter defense all the way up to an 88. And if you take another additional 5 cap breakers, you could go from a 60 steal all the way up to an 86, which gives you the ability to contest shots, stay in front of guards, and create turnovers in key moments. And if you pair that with the 91 speed and the 80 agility, you can recover quickly, close out on shooters, and stay active on rotations. It's not like a lockdown build, but it's enough to make an impact without sacrificing Austin Rivers' offensive explosive. And that is the full Austin Rivers build, from the shooting, the handles, defense, the physicals. And I feel like this build feels like the high school game, replicates his high school game to a T. I also showed y'all the cap breaker method that really takes it to the next level. Now I gotta ask y'all, where do y'all rank his mixtape? Top PG mixtape vibes or nah? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you'll run this build in the rec. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more builds like this. What y'all want me to do next? And I will catch y'all in the next one. I'm out. One love. Peace.